Hello everyone, welcome once again to another Power BI tutorial by SlideScope. In this part, we are learning about creating an exploratory data analysis on major businesses with highest net assets. We have downloaded the data set from this Kaggle URL for practice and educational purpose. And here you can see we have some KPIs like total number of businesses, total net assets in billion USD, what is average net asset per company, what is average of their share price, their stock symbol wise filters is given, their company name wise filters is given, country name wise filters are given. Let's say we want to see for United States, so you can see now these top 10 companies will be filtered for United States only. Let's say USA states are also given as USA sometimes. So when you have to see the data, you can select both. Let's say you want to see only for UK, so you will see the data. Again, whatever data we have got, we have to create the simple dashboard according to that data, and you will learn how to load it, how to use it in this simple dashboard project. Let's get started with learning it. So the data set that we are using in this project is this major businesses with highest net assets data set. Here you can see major columns are rank, shows the ranking number of the company. Company is the name of company, is its stock symbol, net assets in USD. This column provides the net assets value of company in billion US dollars. So data set looks like this. And we can, and company of origin is there, and we can see we have 6 different columns. 3 of them are strings and 2 decimal, 1 integer. You can download the CSV file from here, and the CSV file looks like this. So the CSV file is like this, and here you can see now this is going to be a simple data analysis tutorial where we will load this data and start doing some exploratory analysis on it. Now we will simply load this data in Power BI. Now open Power BI desktop and go to get data and click on text CSV, because the file that we have downloaded from that Kaggle URL is this text CSV file, and we have the data. Now we will simply load it. Now here you can see we have the name. So first of all, what we will simply do, we will rename it as business or something, because when we will make it shorter, it will be easier to use in DAX queries. Now we have this, and we will go to view. In view, we can select any particular color palette. Let's say if we selected this, and at any time we can go to customize your current theme, where we can go to page and page background. This is totally optional thing, but we can go to page background and we can choose a dark color, let's say, for our background. And you can see it is not applied because transparency is there, so we will reduce the transparency, and now we have the background. Similarly, we can add, we can go to insert and add a text box where we can use some heading for our visual. A simple heading that we are going to use is major businesses with high net assets. So, and we are simply doing EDA here. We will select it, use a size around 32, make it bold, align it to center, and we can use any other font family here. Let's say we are using symbol or Tahoma, whatever you want to use. And since the background is dark, we are going to use a lighter shade, okay, of white color. We can collapse the filters, and for our heading we can go to effects and enable some shadow color. We can select a light color. Now first thing, we are going to build some KPIs. So KPIs, like, we have 3 different values: net assets, rank, and share price. So in rank, obviously we have rank of these businesses or companies. In net assets, in billion, share price, and rank, first thing that we can do is we can see total number of businesses that we have. So total number of businesses that we are using. So we are just creating our first card here. And in rank, we are not going to use any sum or average. We'll just use count. Okay, this is count of rank. Instead of count of rank, we will simply rename for this visual as count of business. Okay, hit enter. Now you can see it is really visible. Obviously, card is created. So first of all, in call out value, we will choose color, in contrast with the background. We also select a lighter color like this, whatever you prefer, and we can make it bold. Similarly, the subheading or the category label that we have, we will simply choose another color for it and make it bold. This color scheme is something that you can choose as per your own requirement or your own liking. So this is count of businesses. Since we have only 3 KPIs, we can increase or decrease the size accordingly. So for 3 KPIs, we will use, you know 40 font size. Here also we will use at least 20 font size. Right? This is count of businesses. And one more thing is, in general, we go to effect. In effect, we can enable shadow and a visual border. Visual border is something that we are going to choose as per theme, and border color we are going to use. Shadow color is also something we will choose a light shade. So this is our KPI card. Whenever you are doing analysis, you can include this type of KPI cards in your report to, show the numerical data, show aggregates of numerical data. Okay. So for example, we have this. I'll show you how to display different aggregated values of the same numerical data. Now here we have net assets. So this time we are going to use sum. Okay. And you can see it is automatically showing trillion here. Okay. And instead of sum of net assets, we will simply write total net assets, and the full text will be total net assets in billion USD. So this is actually 444 trillion billion USD. Right? So because we have huge businesses here, and you can see we have around 8,395 records. So it makes sense. Now in these total net assets that we have, uh, obviously you can see the label here is a long label. So like there are no more number of characters here. So we have to reduce its font size to 13. So we can make all of them equal. Let's say we do it 14. Here also we'll use 14. Here also we'll use 14. And this is something we can adjust later as well. Now this is share price. Okay. Their share prices are there. So we can display average share price. Right. What is the average share price of each business here? And to display that, you can simply go and use average measure here. This is average of share price based on all businesses. When we'll apply some filters, then you will be able to see their individual share price, total net assets, etc. Right? Now, since we have this total net assets in Brilliant, we can also use average of net assets. Okay. So here we can go to rename for this visual, and we can use average of net assets in billion USD. So one more thing that you can see here, it is showing trillion because in call out value display units is auto. Let's say you want to display millions or billions, right? You want to display total net assets in billion and average also in billion, so you can display it like this. This is your choice, but easily you can do, and with the help of guidelines you can arrange them in the same row. You can see now. So make sure they have the same margin from top. Now once we have created these simple KPIs, now we can also create some filters. So we can add slicer here. Okay, this slicer can be used as a filter. So in slicer, let's say I will bring stock symbol as a slicer. Now you can see font visibility is not there because of the color that it has. So first of all, we'll use a light color in font. We can use a value around 14 pixel. We can also make it bold. We will disable header and we will go to general tab, enable title. Here we will write a stock symbol because when we enable title then we have more control over it. Stock symbol, we can go to center, align it to center and increase its size. So this is something that we can do here, and in this also we can go to home tab. So first of all we will select this format painter, apply it here. Okay, and enable title. So we should have done it earlier, but no problem. This in your selection you can do different type of settings, like you can display a vertical list or a drop down. So we will prefer a drop down because the list has around these many values, and when you enable the drop down then you will see these values are not visible. So in this case we are going to use a different font color for them. Okay, or something that is visible all the time. Okay, so and we can also enable on the basis of selection. So let's say we have slicer setting. In selection we can enable select all. So one can select all, and this is stock symbol wise. Let's say we want to select some other stock symbols. Let's say this. You can press Control or Command and press multiple of them, right? So you will be able to see their performance. As we have created a stock symbol filter, we can also create company filter. So one may not be familiar with the stock symbol name, but they may well be familiar with company name. Okay, and here for example we have businesses, so we can also write companies. That's your choice. And when we'll choose a company name, let's say we will select some company like 3M, and we will select Aarti Industries, Abacus. So you can see when we have selected these, you can see they all are interrelated, right? So it's interactive. So that's why it is very important to make sure that everything is working properly. We can again go back and select all. Make sure that you are you know saving your changes. So always save your file. I have saved it as assets. You can save it as major businesses with higher assets. We can rename it as EDA dashboard. Okay, now since we have company name, we can also use another filter here, that will be country of origin or company origin. Okay, so here you can see we do have some blank values where company origin may not be available. Let's say we want to see only for Argentina, so you can see in the list number of businesses from Argentina are 19, and 32 billion is total net assets, 1.69 billion is average of net assets, and average share price is higher there than overall average. Now we also have a clustered bar chart here. So let's create a clustered bar chart. In the clustered chart, we are going to see top 10 companies by rank. Okay, so we have rank here and we have their net assets. So top 10 ranked companies in terms of net assets. So obviously there are things that we can do here, but when you will select a bar chart, you have y-axis and x-axis. So on y-axis we will add company name here, and on x-axis we will simply drag the net assets. So this is sum of net assets in billion, etc. It is written. So we will go to title and simply call it top 10 companies by net assets. And here in top 10 companies, for example, we have created this. So first of all, let's try to use format vector to copy the style. Then obviously in title, we can make it bold and increase its size and align it to center and use a text color which is lighter. And you can see company name is also not visible here. So first thing that we are going to do is in y-axis, let's say y-axis color, we will choose a lighter color. Okay, we can make it bold as well, and we can use a width of this graph so that it is visible properly. Next thing is, here we have more than 10 values, right? If you want to show top 10, so in that case what you can do, we can go to company, and in company instead of basic filtering we can use top n, and here we can write for example top 10. Okay, and by value we will add net assets here, and we'll use sum of net assets. The aggregate function that we are using is sum. So now you have top 10 companies, right? And that you can verify from here as well. So in the data set, these are the top 10 companies by overall net assets. And here you can go in data labels and you can enable them. What we can do is in values we can reduce their font size, right? So this is something that we can do, and now you can see these values here. The bar color that is used here is also visible here, so we can use a lighter shade bar color. Okay, so this way you can show top 10 companies by net assets, and let's say we have a filter here. Okay, so we want to show it for different country. First thing that I am going to do, I will change the color a little bit. So I've changed the font color like this and selected, for example, India. So now you will be able to see in India, like Reliance Industries, HDFC Bank, etc. So these are the top companies, and here you can see these chart. These lines will be there, like 20 billion, 40 billion. These grid lines will be there. So in the chart, you always have these options. Like grid lines are all on, what color are you going to use for them, if you will disable them, right? So that is something that you can do. You can also use dashed grid lines to make your graphs more meaningful. And now we can go back and select all, and you can select for any country. For example, let's say for Australia. Okay, here you can see that Commonwealth Bank, Westpac Banking, BHP Group are there. So you can keep doing it for company of your interest. Now we can also use the stacked column chart, and in a stacked column chart, let's say we are using this way. First of all, we'll copy the formatting from here. Okay. In x-axis, we will drag company origin, so it will give us country name here. Okay. And on y-axis, we can add net assets. So you can see we will have this simple scroller here. I don't know why. Yeah. So now it is scrolling. So here you can see United States is at first position, then China, then Japan, UK, Germany, Canada, France, etc. Right? So here also we can name it as top 10 countries, and for that we will simply go and do the same thing. So whatever column you have selected on your x-axis, you have to go to that column name, basically the categorical column, and from there you just use top n there and put a number, for example 10. And here we will simply use net assets as a sum. So this is what we are ordering the data, top 10 descending, and this way you will have the data. Overall we can see US tops, and at number 10 we have India, and then South Korea at 9, Hong Kong at 8, and so on. And on the basis of different type of companies, we will be able to do that. First of all, we have to change it to country. The title is wrong here, so we will simply write country name here. And now this is a chart that obviously at this moment we have created it top 10, and we have created it in bar chart, but we can also use a field map for data like this. Not here, but we will use a field map here just below it. Okay. Overall setting, formatting setting, we will copy from here. And so first thing that you have to do in location, you have to use the name. So we will write company or origin here. So that will give us, you can see all the countries are covered. Whatever country names are available in the data, these are now colored. Now second thing that you have to do is in tool tips. Okay, you have to bring whatever value you want to show. So for example, we want to show their net worth, right? So and you will show it, so this will show us country wise net worth. Okay, so we can just write the title as country wise net worth. Now obviously US tops the list, and then China and so on, so there should be some coloring for it, right? So I someone some country which is at top position should have a different color than the next country, then next country. So we can use a gradient. To use gradients, we can go to visual setting here and fill color. You can see by default the fill color is this color. We can show all, right? So you can choose different colors for different countries, which will be very difficult to do. We can also select FX here, and in rules select gradient. In format style select gradient, and you can say country with lowest value will be displayed with a red color. So for lowest value, let's say we will choose the lightest color of our theme, and for highest value we will select the darkest color. This way you will see countries with higher values will be displayed with obviously higher values with darker shade, and countries with lower value will be displayed with lower shades or lighter shades. And you can also show all, and if you want to change for any country you can select it, because all other countries are almost of same size. So mostly you are seeing the same color, but only for USA you are seeing a darker color here. And in your color you can also see we can add a middle value. Let's say in middle we want to keep something, some color which is other than these colors, so we can also do that. So this is something that you can do, and this is country wise network. So now you have the different filters which are stock symbols. You have company name, you can see the performance company wise, you can see the performance country wise, and you can see top 10 companies by net assets on the basis of this filter. Let's say I click on North America, then I will see the details. So this is a very simple dashboard which will be helpful for beginners of Power BI to understand how to load the data, how to create simple graphs here. And one more thing we can do, we can adjust their height and width accordingly so that we can see the information. Now let's say we have net assets and share price also. So first I want to check, maybe, yeah, because I have selected share price by mistake. So other process will remain the same. I will simply go in fill colors and I will just select that particular column from there. So in gradient from business, we have to select net assets. Okay. So the coloring will be on the basis of net assets. We'll do okay. And then it will show the data. Now you will be able to see the net assets value. And companies falling in middle, so you can see this is how it will look. So thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe to our channel to receive more simple, and we also have created 90 plus other videos related to Power BI where you will learn from basics to advanced concept. Everything you can learn in the playlist. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.